What's up, enthusiasts? It's your boy Rob, back with another video. This one's going to be short, simple, and sweet, but looks like we've got a new version of Warhammer Underworlds coming out. This one's titled Embergard.
Hi folks, my name's Nick, and yep, you've just seen the new Warhammer Underworlds Embergard box. And the big news is, well, it marks the beginning of a completely new edition of the game. First up, what's so great about Warhammer Underworlds anyway?
So I have little experience with Warhammer Underworlds. It was something I wanted to get into, but never took the plunge. So this might be the opportunity that I've been waiting for.
Perfect combination of a board game, a card game, and a miniatures game. So if you've ever played literally any game on a table before, you'll be able to pick it up with no problem at all. Games take about an hour to play, so you can get a few games in over an evening, and thanks to the huge combinations allowed for by warbands, card decks, and dice rolls, you could play hundreds of games and have them all feel different.
That game has always seemed like a perfect blend of like your board games, your tabletop like war game, and a dice / card game. So it's kind of cool that they've kind of just implemented all that stuff to come out with this product. I mean, obviously this product's years and years old now, and I think most of the same attributes are still there as far as what makes the game. If you've got a good recipe, why mess with it? So I'm pretty sure they're going to just tweak the recipe a little bit, but the main ingredients are all still there.
There are even different formats too, so if you just want to open a pre-built deck, shuffle and play, you can. But if you want to test your dark powers,
which will probably be the way I play, I would use this as a filler game for me. Just get to the table with someone that's probably not familiar with the game either. We sit down, we play a few rounds, and then we call it a day. None of that like really army building type of situation.
Of fate manipulation and fully design your own deck, well, you can do that too. This edition of the game is a total reset. Our rules designers have taken the chance to redesign the game from the bottom up to be the most balanced it's ever been, removing feels bad moments like bricked hands of cards you can't use or having crits just dominate the game. And with its streamlined rulebook, it's also much simpler to learn. This means Embergard is the ideal starting point for people who are new to the game and battle-hardened veterans just like me. But what else is new?
Well, you know they're going to pitch it like that regardless, because they want newcomers to the hobby, to the game itself, to feel like they're not going to be too far behind. I know the stigma that comes with Warhammer is if you don't have everything, you don't already have vast knowledge of the game, then you're just already starting out leagues behind. So I think they're always going to pitch and market a new product, or even this product being a revamp, in a way that's friendly to new hobbyists, but at the same time, veterans will feel right at home. So
well, gone are the two board setups, and in comes the single board, designed for both players to use. It's double-sided and can be placed just about any way you like, and crucially, models will have to engage with the opposing warband straight away.
So it having one solitary board versus like bringing the two boards together, I think that's kind of a cool thing. I don't know, again, I'm speaking from little actual hands-on experience, but I just feel like that whole like shifting of the board, especially with all the games I've seen, didn't really play any major effect in the battle itself. I mean, because the board they were only ever like off by a few spaces, you know, up or down. It never really added to the game experience,
making games even more action-packed from the start. Every warband now has a War Scroll card, detailing what makes them unique in the game, including some seriously cool special rules.
That's always a good aid for like new players that don't have a grasp of the individual armies' specialties and their play style. So when you've got an aid like that, you can read real quick. You can actually read in situational moments. It'll give you a better understanding of your army. Can't fault them for that. I think that's a really good idea that they're including it.
Talking of cool looking cards, the Power, Objective and Fighter cards have been updated with artwork being replaced by stunning miniature shots, meaning everything looks as good and shiny as Sigmarite plate armor. Not all factions in Underworld.
Removing the artwork, the illustrations, swapping them out with miniature photography. I think that's either way. I think it's going to be cheaper on them in the long run because they've got hordes of models. I'm pretty sure they've got great illustrators to come up with all this artwork. They're still going to be using them. You don't require those artists for, you know, every single card that's going to be put out. That's got to be far cheaper than paying them for that. I think having a miniature painter sit down at a table and bang out a few models is going to be far cheaper, especially because they probably got a lot of stuff in-house like always. And they probably have all these models already painted up for every other production kind of image they need to use it for. So just using that same photography for cards, smart move, saving them $1, I bet. And why am I moving the screen so much, guys? I don't know.
Let's play the game in the same way. Some warbands love smashing their opponent apart, while others prefer claiming treasure tokens. You might prefer your warband to be a combination of both, or maybe a warband with some sneaky tricks up their sleeves. We've defined these as strike, take and hold, flex, and finally mastery, meaning you can easily pick a warband that suits your style of play and choose a rival's deck to accompany it that you know will work great. The action moves to Embergard, the city in the realm of Akshi, where the Skaven have brought up the Great Nor and are currently...
I love a little narrative with every game. It kind of gives you a reason for the battle. You know, you can kind of visualize, why are these two armies facing off again? GW does this better than just about anybody else in our hobby space. Maybe because they have more dollars, they can hire better writers, but they do present their narrative, their fluff far better than any other company in our hobby.
Swarming the lands. But in the vast mines below Embergard, huge quantities of Emberstone, the realm stone of Akshi, have been found, and warbands flock there to try and claim it. The Emberwatch are Stormcast Eternals, sent to the mines under Embergard to protect the Emberstone at all costs, while Zikit's Tunnel Pack are nefarious Skaven, desperate to get their clawed hands on as much Emberstone as they possibly can. Of course, more warbands will be on the way, so those mines are going to get pretty crowded. Oh, and one last thing. Speaking of warbands, if it's legal in organised play, you're going to be able to get it from Warhammer.com or your friendly local game store. It's as simple.
So that stood out to me. He said if it's legal, you'll be able to pick it up from GW / your hobby store. So that is... I mean, obviously, the statement makes sense. If it's legal, that's where you'll be able to pick it up from. But I feel like they're saying that for a reason. Guys, what do you think? What do you think the underlying tone is on that statement? Because there's something there, and I feel it. I just don't know it because I don't know the game well enough. If I think about the company, does that mean they're going to be ditching some armies, not bringing factions back? Or do you think that could be something like related to like third-party miniatures or anything like that? So guys, I want you to let me know in the comments, what do you think? What does that statement really mean?
Simple as that. So there we go. It's time for a new edition of a genuinely incredible game, and Warhammer Underworlds Embergard is coming to a tabletop near you soon.
That is Embergard. Let me know. There's this light right here, guys. This light is just on my face. I'm trying to, let me see if I can move. I don't know where to go. The sun has changed positions and the blinds are slightly open or open all the way. So there's, yeah. Okay, guys, back on track. That was the video. There was a little secret messaging there. A little, I don't know. There's something there. And I want you guys to let me know, what do you think he meant by, if it's legal, you'll be able to get it from GW or your friendly local hobby store. As always, it's been a pleasure. Look out for the next video. I'll see you guys when I see you.